Hello again. Today I'm going to tie something called the Nearly Fly. The story behind this is quite funny. I've got a good friend, Alan Ward, who doesn't fish so much now due to work commitments, but used to be an avid fisherman, and he'd fished a match with Tony Baldwin and done really well. And he was describing the fly to me over the telephone so that I could tie them up, and when I showed him what I'd come up with, he said, "Oh, that's nearly it." But I'd given them out to the team and we all done really well on them, and since then we've called it the Nearly Fly. The hook I'm tying it on today is a Camazan B110, size 12. I'm going to be using the UTC 140 thread in fluorescent orange. It's dead simple, this, it won't take very long at all. So catch my thread on, and I'm going to bring it not all the way back to about there. I like to tie this fly quite short. I'm going to tie my rib now, and the rib I'm using is quite a thick silver rib. So I'll just break a bit of that off, and I'm going to catch that in all the way up the body. Now, the original dressing called for black seal's fur. I'm using a substitute. It has some red fibres in it, which I find really effective. I'm going to dub it on fairly loosely. I think that'll be enough. You can always add a bit more if it's not. So take the dubbing, and I'm just layering up my dubbing fairly tight. As I get to the head, I'm going to bring everything back. I've got a little bit of room there. I don't know if you can, how well you can see that, but there's a good bit of room there, and I'm now going to take my rib around the opposite direction. I dubbed it on with. It's a fairly light fly this, you can fish it really high in the water. Just caught my wire in. I'm going to twist that away now. Lick my thumb and forefinger, bring all the fibres back, and I'm going to build what would seem far too big a head for the fly. And it does look, you know, it's not the best looking fly in the world, but as I've said in other videos, the flies I'm tying here are for catching fish, they're not for winning any shows. And this is definitely one to have in your armoury. Right, just used a couple of half hitches to secure it. Take that in place. Now, before I come in with my varnish, I'm just going to use my dubbing brush to tease out some of the fibres. And once I'm happy with the way it's looking, I'm using the Sally Hansen Hard as Nails here, and I'm just going to give it a little coat. And what I'll often do is once the first coat's dried, I would give it 2 or 3 coats just to give the head a little bit of weight. I'm just going to use this old feather here to clear the eye out, like so, and there you go. That's the Nearly Fly. It's been a great fly over the years. It makes me laugh to think about it. Old Al, yeah, that's nearly it. But there we go. I hope you enjoyed that and have a go at tying them up. Thanks for watching.